right. All right. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. In my last video, we talked about cybersecurity and we talked about the awareness and um, how it's everyone's responsibility. It's everyone that is responsible, not just IT. We talked about compliance, yes, and the offerings for global and government, different levels that there are, recommendations for levels, basic security levels. What are CIS benchmarks in the cloud and guidelines for that? Showed you a video. We talked about Nessus Scanner, and this is where we downloaded and installed it onto our desktops and laptops. We will connect to it, and I'll show you those steps later today. I'm going to show you how to do it. Essentially, what you want to do is you want to do this on a server, any server, plain server. So I have a server here right now. I can open up any server I want. It doesn't matter. Could be a new box. You can go ahead and download. I'll send you the link on how to download this. I'm going to resume this server. It doesn't matter what server it's for, what it's used for, and everything, but we're going to assume that this is our server, and we are going to install it there. Now, we were stuck with a couple possible errors and uh, different versions on how to do it. So I found the two different versions and how to do it, and I want to show you guys. Uh, how to do that. And first is you want to go to the Nessus Essentials page, and I'll send you the link for that. And I want you guys to um, register for an activation code. This is one way. The second way is to download the application, and I showed you guys how to do that, and and what we want to do is click settings or click continue when we're ready to proceed with the installation. So at this point, we're going to click continue and we're going to register for Nessus Essentials. This is another way to do it. This is both way to do it. So there's two ways to do it. So I'm going to show you one way for now. It doesn't matter what way you want to do it, but because let's say you don't have it installed, we're just going to do it this way for now. Okay. So I'm going to check the received updates. No, I don't want them. I don't really care. I just want the register for the activation code. I am, yes, recording. So I'm going to make this as short as possible. Uh, so we've registered for that Nessus Essentials. I am going to open my phone, my emails on the opposite end, and I receive a no reply tenable email. And that what that does is it says, "Hey, welcome to Nessus Essentials," and I want to copy and paste this code for me. That way, I have a copy of it, or so that way I can copy and paste it. Um, but to download the Nessus, we need to download the page, and we're going to download the version for the server. So our platform is for our server, right? So 2016 server, 2019, 2000. If we were to install the Windows 10 32-bit, we would install this one. For Mac OS 12 to 15, we would download this one, et cetera, right? So we're going to download the 64-bit version, and we're just going to select the latest, 12.8. We're going to use the checksum. That's got our MD5 and our SHA-265 cryptographic keys, which is good. We're downloading it from the right site, so I'm also going to show you guys that. That's important to note. And we're going to download. It's an MSI. I think I've already downloaded it. Yeah, I did already download it, and I've already installed it. Right. So we're gonna do that, and I want once we're done with that, we're gonna open and install it. We've already installed it, so at this point, um, we should be able to install it here and download it here. But um, let's see. Right, so we're gonna download. This would obviously be downloaded here, so we would visit the site, right, and download the site, and we would do everything within here, right? So I want to install it again. I'm going to see if I can uh, drag the file, downloaded file here. Um, so go to downloads page, open the folder, minimize this, and see if I can drag this here, which is what I did. And I've already done that, and I'm going to download that. So my email again, activating the essentials license code. I have it here. This is a one-time code. I can, right, and once that, if you uninstall and then reinstall, you need to register the scanner again and receive another activation code. So this is just a one-time code. So I'm going to install it again here to show you guys, and accept the agreement. Right. Next, next, and finished. Again, it's all, so yes. So once this is done, I also need to download WinPCAP, and again, that's used to capture packets in promiscuous mode. So again, if you have Wireshark, you already have this, right? So have your key ready, right? And let's download PCAP. See if we can download PCAP now on the server. I don't have it. No, it's not part of my item remove, so I'll have to download it. So we'll have to download it. We'll have to download it. Download it. PCAP, Windows. Cap it. Download. Uh, download. Right. Um, so this is the capture download for that. There's a 4.1. This is you know, supported for these. No, again, this the Win is completely unsupported, so you might have the compatibility versions with current versions of Windows. So again, uh, it's no longer maintained, so we recommend using npcap instead. That's what they're saying. If you do insist upon it, be aware the installer might not work, right? And all the TDL. Okay, fine, not a problem. Again, there was a list of changes that were set for the drivers in the DLLs. It's completely unsupported, so we might have compatibility issues with current versions, right? So we'll have to use the npcap instead. Fine, we can do that and download those. So I'll go ahead and download that installer for this version. So I'm going to click on that. So we're going to download the npcap for newer versions, right? For newer versions, download npcap. Okay. Okay. Um, Again, this is includes features like silent installer, commercial support. Um, Again, it's a free version. It's where it's only used with Nmap and Wireshark. Again, or identity defender for identity. So simply run the executable file, which is what we're doing here, and we are going to install it. So just want to make sure install it. So this needs to also be installed. Restrict driver, restrict only, support route traffic, installer and PCAP, and more. Okay, so let's do all of that. The details. So we're gonna download that. So remember, PCAP, Windows PCAP is for older compatible versions. It might not work, so we're gonna um, download this instead because it's important. I want to be installer for Windows there. It's the 1.80. So that's pretty much it. This is done, so that's good. It's now going to open up our cloud access. Perfect. And we're going to wait for pen PCAP to finish. We're going to click next. Next, it finished. Okay. So we're going to now connect to Nessus via SSL. Right. We're going to hit advanced and continue. On our server, So within our server. Then I'm going to hit continue and I'll register for that. I've already registered again. I've registered. I'll skip this part. Um, I already skipped this and enter in manually. All right, so I'm just going to enter in my activation code manually. This is only good once on one device. Okay, so that looks good, promising. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. And then continue. So activation code is good. So we're going to create one and I'm going to create it as an admin and give it a password. It doesn't matter what password you give it. Um, we can change that later. All right, so I've gone ahead and typed in my password and I'm now going to submit. And this will download the plugins. So this will take some time for this to download. Again, this can, I'm not going to do this on the Windows based machine on my VM here. I'm not going to do it on my VM. I'm not going to do it on my VM because it's not going to work. Um, so, again, my apologies on that. I did mention to do this on a VM, so you do want to create it on a VM itself, so on your on-premises device. So let's get another one here. Let's draw out another one here, right? Um, so uh, right, so this is our branch, my branch. These are my machines, my two machines, right? And we're gonna install the Tenable Tenable Nessus software server. This is going to be our server, right? And again, it has an IP, and again, we're connecting to the internet from here, right? We're connecting to the internet, and this is going to be our SSL, um, our Nessus SSL login, right? So as you can see, if we go back to our VM, um, we're on the local host, right? So we're on the local host, local host, local host, right? So within, and this is just internet. This isn't the cloud, so this will be our internet, and we're internet, right? And it's internet, right? And we're logging into our local host with port 834 port. I've explained the ports and everything to you guys. So um, locally, so this is our local on premises, local premises branch, and this is our Toronto. Let's see our Toronto branch um, in our Canadian data center. Okay. So again, it doesn't matter where it is, but just to have an idea, it's a Toronto. But let's just say this is our Toronto branch. Doesn't matter which one it is, but it's our local on premises. And again, this is your domain controller, DC, whatever. But again, have a separate machine, a separate box, work group box. Doesn't matter for now. with firewall, you can add firewalls if you want for incoming and outgoing traffic. This can also be a standalone machine, or as a standalone or as a member server, right? Connecting to something else. But again, standalone is the way to go. Work group. I do prefer it can be work group or domain joined. Again, it's up to you, right? But it all depends on how your company works and how you want to build your infrastructures, right? It doesn't matter again. And this is a member server, member or standalone. Say oh, and this is our standalone machine, standalone server, right? So it stands alone, doesn't connect to anything else. Okay, so our standalone server is ready to go. Our work group and domain controllers are here. Or no, sorry, it's not really work. Take that out. My apologies, guys. This is a work group. Right now, it's a work group. Let's just say it's a work group, right? At that machine. Our domain controller is not a work group. It's a domain joined, right? So make sure that, take note of that, please. Right? And it's domain joined. Right? Well, this one is domain joined. Okay. Again, we're going to open the internet and log in locally using the on-premises app that we downloaded. And as you can see, when we go here, we're waiting for the plugins to download. It's downloading all the plugins, so give it some time as that's complete. We've downloaded the NCAP free edition. We can do this on up to 5 systems. It can also be on unlimited systems where Nmap and Wireshark are. If you have Wireshark, it doesn't matter. It already has it, so you might not need it, but it's good that you keep this uh, in case you need to use it, right? So for commercial use or distribution, again, it features a silent installer, which is what we're doing. Again, if there's any questions, you can subscribe to the developer page, the dev list to facilitate the development of free NVAP security scanners. So again, you subscribe to it. Um, you'll get you get a bunch of goodies out of that. So um, again, please take a look at that, see what you think. This is still downloading the plugin, so we'll wait for that as it's initializing. Just give it 1 second. It's probably a little slow, but like I said, right, I'm gonna close this machine. I don't need this machine, so I'm going to shut down the guest. I don't need it. I want to free up some space. Let's go to our add and move programs, see what happens here. And I think we should have the NCAP installed. Yeah, we'll probably restart the machine. Um, I'll restart the machine if I have to. Not a problem. Um, so I'll wait for this to finish. Okay. I'm gonna open up my KeyPass, type in password so I don't forget it for this one here. Uh, I need to um, put in my password for that. Um, put in my password. Uh, I made this a little long. Okay, so um, this is for internet and Windows network. Okay, so I'm gonna add a new lock on purpose there. Okay, so there you go. So let's see if I can add a find a add an entry. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put Nessus Tenable. All right, and I'm gonna put in my username for it, and I'm gonna put in my password. Done. Use the password. All right, I'm going to just do the same thing here. All right, and I'm gonna hit enter. No expiration date. And there you go. So I saved that, and that's going to be saved for now. So I have a copy of that. I need that. But, it's taking forever to download this plugin. Why? Okay. It's taking really long. So I have to refresh the page again. Um, just going to wait till this finishes. Well, not supporting these, so download that. Okay. I'm going to wait. Okay. So downloads. Okay. Am I missing any options here? That's right. That's right. All good. I don't think I missing anything there. So should be good to go. Well, as I wait for this download plugins, it's taking a very, 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 very long time. Using about 100% of my CPU there. Why? I will give it some more. Maybe I should give it some more. Yeah. So uh I'm gonna stop this. Really, really confusing me. This should automatically download. Um, but it looks like I'm using a lot of CPU here. So I'm gonna download on it. Shut this down. I'm gonna shut down this machine. I'm gonna just shut it down, and I'm gonna give it more space. Shut down the machine. All right. It looks like I have two processor. I'm gonna give it an extra processor. Give it one more processor. Three. And then I'm gonna hit OK, and I'm gonna power it on. So I've extended as I saw the CPU level go up, so I kind of um give it an extra CPU. See if that helps with the processing of drivers. So let's wait and I'll power this on. Loading the machine. Um, so we've downloaded that. We had our key. We're gonna log into this again. I've created the username, entered the deactivation code. Um, I'm not. I think I've downloaded in older versions. I've downloaded the WinCap 4.1.3. Um, but I've downloaded a new version now. We're gonna use that. Um, so once I've signed in, I register my scanner. As I register, I think I registered my scanner already. I should be able now to log in and then set up my account. Um, just waiting for that to populate, right? So we're waiting for this plugins to finish. Once those plugins have finished, I should be able to log in to my machine now, and I give it an extra CPU this time just to see what happens. I didn't give it a 4, but I'm just gonna test it with one more. And I'm going to sign in with my username and password. Okay. And I'm going to, oh, I think I changed the password here, so I'm going to. I think I changed. Yeah, I did change it. So there you go. Okay. And again, I logged in. Hopefully, I'm not sure if it's a service or not, but I think the end cap is it could be an application. Uh, Check. There's the network security. Right there's my web client. Okay. Um, uh, I'm on the domain. Again, I'm just gonna test this um, on this machine as per my drawing here. So I'm going to try to uh, make this. Trying to recreate the crash. All right. Um, Select this. Okay. So this is my drawing. I need that drawing. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna sign in with the account that I created. So I'm gonna sign in, right? And I I gave it. I'm gonna put my password in for Tenable, and I'm gonna enter and then sign in. So again, plugins are compiling, so the Nessus functionalities will be limited until the compilation is compilation is complete. So maybe that's what's going on. So um, oh, I'm actually in, so that's pretty cool. That's good. That it is compiling still, so the Nessus functionalities will be limited until that's done. So I'm just going to show you the settings for now. Uh, here are the settings, the overviews for the version, utilization, software updates, where the update server is located, plugin detail locales, so we can enable those, right? Locales. Enable this option to download plugin detail language packs. No, we're not going to do that. Encryption passwords and events, right? So these are all the events that are happening when we go back to the scans. Um, Again, it looks like it's still compiling. I'm going to close that error. Um, There's my account details, any API keys that are used to authenticate with the REST APIs, right? Are passed with requests using X API keys, HPA editors. So I can look at the API documentation for session tokens and API keys. This will explain everything there in case I want to use those. These are notifications, scanner health, right? So Nessus memory used, CPU load, hosts being used, other. There's my memory usage, CPU usage, curve lines, scanner health, right? So I can do that. Um, So it says that the minimum uh, amount of cores are not met. So recommended is four. System has three. I have four, so I'm gonna give this four, just because it says I need four. So I'm gonna see if it's hot swappable. I don't think it's hot swappable, but I can try. I think so. So I can. I think I can. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. It's all good. and this will resave it. So I need to make sure that the CPU requirements are met on this machine when I'm creating the Nessus Essential machine server, right? And then we'll go ahead and create the scan. We'll create a new scan. So this will just save the state. Um, it's always good to give it extra memory and processor speed on this machine just because it's the CPU requirements were not met. So just prerequisites for future referencing if you do decide to create it. So again, I'll just cancel it for now. Should have just left it alone. Spoke too quick. Okay, so all right, so that's fine. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna cancel that. So remember, for CPU, I can do that later. I don't care right now. So if I go to my scans and I click on my scan, and I'm gonna create. So this won't work until I finish this. So it's got to finish the plugins. So plugins take a little bit of time. How much CPU am I using? Gotta wait for the CPUs to change, so maybe that's why. Yeah, so I am using a lot of CPU. As you can see, it's really high in CPU. So I'm gonna give it more. If I go to the events, it's still downloading it. It hasn't just started. Haven't done anything yet. Scans. So yeah, I won't be able to create a new scan yet. So until those plugins are downloaded, so we're gonna have to wait. So if you do decide to create that, it's prices are listed here per year for professional versus you can buy that, purchase it through channel partners, and you can go through the different um, coverages for this professional versus expert. I'm gonna wait. Feel like it's just using up a lot of resources. Yeah, see that CPU is throttling. So I'm going to shut this down. I'm just gonna shut it down and give it a 6 for now. I'm just gonna give it 6 for now. See what happens. And then I'll just bring it down. Shut down the machine. Yeah, I want to shut it down. So I'm going to shut down the machine and I'm going to um, give it more RAM CPU. I'll be right back. So I just upgraded it to 8 CPU. Minimum is 4. It looks like it just keeps throttling at 3 at 100%. So it's just taking a lot of time for these plugins to download. Um, it shouldn't take that long, hopefully. Um, we're at 43 minutes, so let's wait for this to load again. I've given it all the resources as possible, so just wait for that. So wait for that. Um, okay, so I'm gonna sign in. So I'm gonna sign in. So I think I think I changed it a while back. So it's always good to keep changing your passwords. That way you have an idea of following the guidelines, proximity guidelines for local rules. These are typically by default, right? So just get to keep that in mind. Once this is done, let me see. Do I have internet? I do have internet. So I think I have internet. So I'm gonna check again. Do I give it an internet net? Did I give it net connection? Yeah, I did give it a net connection. Okay, so I give it a net connection. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this again, and I'm gonna go to local host, and I'm going to sign in to my login. Okay, so I'm logging in. I'm gonna put in my credentials, right? And so so I've given him more. I've given him more. Hopefully this resolved the issue. Gonna double the speed. My performance here. It's just redlining at 100% CPU. Um, not something I'm used to really seeing here. Red lines, redlining it. Weird. So I'm just gonna wait till the functionality will be limited until the completion is complete. So I'm just gonna wait for this to complete. Um, let's start it again. Second download. Let's see how long this takes. I give it a lot of CPU. Let's take a look. This did this pat. The system has two. Your system may not meet the requirement cores. I've given it 8 cores. Right? So I'm gonna wait. Give it 8 cores. So it should be okay. Should be good. Let's just wait. See when you changing network issues and the alerts. Wait for that to happen. And what did I use? What am I using here? I'm using 100%, 100%, 100%. So right now I have 8 logical cores, 4 cores per logical. Okay. And I am using a lot. So VMware VMX.exe file is using 8%. Teams. Teams videos, so UI. So these plugins are still compiling. Again, you would create a new scan. Once this is done, you should be able to create a new scan. It's just taking a really long time. I don't want to spend too much video time on this, but once you create it, it'll turn. You'll note that the plugins are done compiling. I should be able to create a new scan, and then I'll create the target for that with an IP address, a private IP, or I can give it a loopback address. It doesn't matter. And then from there, I should be able to open up my basic scans, and that should give me it should give me all the details. It should give me all the details that I need, any vulnerabilities on that scan, and machine and so forth. This is just taking way too long. Again, guys, I didn't plan for this to happen. But again, when you're adding these, you're adding your target machines here that you want to scan, your servers, any server that's under anything under DNS, your private IPs, and you also want to put your loopback address for testing as well too. So um, again, I don't know how long this is gonna take. It's just taking a long time. Uh, didn't I didn't I did not plan for this. So internet works. Let's see, internet works. Portal.azure.com. That connects as well too. So that works. All right. So that should work. See if that works. No, no. So that works. Free and pay as you go. Free services. I'm able to create create my fabric cluster with that. Hopefully, yeah, I should be able to. So that's just my free service I'm creating. So that's cool. I'll have to create the certificate. I'll have to create a new key vault and a new certificate for that. So you'll have to create that. And that's it. So all the information, I have a video on that too. You guys are interested, do that. This is a free service, so make sure you're using the free service. Plugins connection to the server. Oh, there we go. So I've connected to the server finally. So that's, I guess, where the we're halfway there. So we'll kind of wait for that to follow through. And that's it. So we'll wait, and we'll wait till we finish it. And again, I showed you guys. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but I'll take some pictures and I'll show you guys in later in other video, my next video, so you guys have a copy of that. So you guys kind of get the gist of things. It's still compiling. It's just taking a long time. Once I compile it, I should be able to create the scan. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't have, it's limited again till the compilation is complete. So the plugins are still compiling. It's still downloading. I haven't received anything yet. Scans. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to wait, and I'm just gonna end it from here. I don't want to spend too much time on this. We're at 45 minutes. Wait an extra minute or so, but I don't see anything. Still using the 100% all the RAM here. And if we go to the details, it's using MSPMG. This is an anti-malware service executable, right? Uh, it's using the Nexus SD exe, so it's using up that. eng.exe, what is that? Well, so this is just an actual built-in antivirus program that runs in the background. Uh, if I stop that, what happens in that task? It won't let me. So that's a common executable service that needs to be run. So I'm going to set the priority to low. Can't do that either. Run as admin. See if it is taking up a lot. Still not letting me download it. Not much I can do with this. Okay, so okay, shit. So this needs to run. It's important. So errors why the CPU is high. Okay. Thing in on that. Okay, so successful connection to the plugin server. It started downloading it. Okay, well, I don't know how long this is gonna take. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna close this video and this video. I want to thank you guys again. I want you guys to understand how this works. Eventually what I wanted to do was to go to scans and create a new scan and add those IPs and the loopback address and test it. But it looks like it won't let me. It's just taking a long time. As you could see, that service is running. I explained that to you. So that anti-malware service is running high and taking up a lot of my CPU and memory. Um, there's a reason for that to run because it is compiling and downloading it from other servers. So there is a reason for that. Um, so with that being said, I wanted to uh, thank you for joining. Let's see if there's a Nessus Cloud version, Nessus Cloud login. Let's see if there's a cloud login. I tried that Nessus Cloud login. Let's see if I'm able to download, log into the cloud. Um, so um, so Nessus cloud, this one here. Okay. All right, let's see if I can download. See if I can run this instead. See what happens. That's when I log in to my cloud. I don't have a login. Why don't I have a login? So again, like I said, plugins are compiling it. It's just really high throttle and high. There's not much I can do. This is a big system, so I'm sure you have the right resources for that to install. So uh, go back to my add remove programs. I want to check if the end cap is installed. Um, yeah, so that end cap is installed. Antenna is installed. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go. We're at the 1 hour mark. I want to thank you guys for joining again. You guys have the understanding on how to do that. Create the scans, run the scans, and it'll give you all the information that you need. Um, just remember to check the events and take a look at the science scanner health. You know, what it uses, what it doesn't use. Free past 24 hours, 3 hours, whatever you want. CPU load, check the CPU load history, right? Between the specific time, total load, CPU load that it uses. But again, this is downloading the plugins. I don't know what size these plugins are. I have no idea. So I'm gonna end it from here, guys. I want to thank you again. If there's any questions or comments, please feel free to message me on WhatsApp and let me know where and what time in the film or video you're watching and see if I can help you there. Okay. Thanks again. Send me a picture of the error as well and the description of what video you watched and what time in the video and what you were doing. Follow along. I really appreciate if you guys follow along. I have full courses, blood courses available at any course that you want. Let me know and I'll see we can talk about that online. Oh, separately. Thanks again. Have a great day. Happy October month, cybersecurity month. Remember, um, it's everybody's responsibility. Okay. Have a great week, guys. Bye.